On the news at 1, FCTA cracks down on illegal motor parks, impounded 19 vehicles. Stakeholders brainstorm on national guidelines for procurement of family planning commodities. And take a precaution during the dry season, FEMA advises residents.
Hello, thanks for joining us on Nta Channel 5 Abuja News at 1. I am Blessing Amfulani and compliments of the season to you. Former Minister of Labour and Employment Simon Bako-Lalong has been sworn in as Senator representing Southern Senatorial Zone of Plateau State. Senator Lalong has also been welcomed to the upper legislative chamber by President of Senate Godswill Akpabio. Senator Lalong had officially tendered his resignation as minister to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Tuesday to enable him take his seat at the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as Senator representing Plateau South Senatorial District. Member representing Amak Buari Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Chinedu Obika, has empowered 260 women from 6 area councils of the FCT on different programs of skills acquisition. Hawajimba reports.
Pay attention.
Yes, sir.
As the saying, teach me how to fish. This was demonstrated at the training of youths and women on various skills. The beneficiaries were urged to ensure they put into practice all they have learned, with the assurance that grants will be given and must be used wisely.
The little money that we have as a startup pack for them, the grant will be given to all these beneficiaries that you see here today to start. And I will also encourage them, because there will be a way to monitor the progress they have made.
Senior Special Assistant to Chinedu Obika on non-governmental organization and development matters, Akoma Oyemelukwe, says the skills range from fashion design, beauty salons, soap making, and event management.
It's important for us to do this as part of the economic development program of Honorable Chinedu Obika, and a way also to reach the communities within Ahmad Buhari Federal Constituency. We have various skills.
And in line with what he has already ensured, we are advising these people to learn this trade.
I used to see cable, I don't know how to make it, but when I came here to see how people are making your guys, I was happy. Honorable, I don't have anything to say, just say thank you.
Very good, we are all happy learning it.
Honorable Chinedu Joshua, may God Almighty Allah be with him.
The member noted that program will enable more women to expand their business positively and thereby impact positively on the economy. Hawajimba, NTA News.
Period. The Joint Task Force team of the FCT on city sanitation has impounded 19 vehicles operating illegal motor parks along Banex corridor. Again, Hawajimba reports that the operation is to seek free flow of traffic.
In its determination to ensure that FCT roads have free flow of traffic, the DRTS Joint Task Force team, including FCT Command and Control Center, embarked on Operation No Parking along major roads as well as illegal motor parks, one of which is the popular Barnes Junction, which described as a dead end for activities of one chance. Head of Operations, Directorate of Road Traffic Services, Deborah Osho, says the significance of the operation is to ensure adequate security this festive period by focusing on removing illegal motor parks.
What I've seen now is the enforcement of some vehicles at
Barnes Junction, Barnes Road. You can see this is the popular Barnes, and you can see how free the vehicles are moving now. The one half of the lane has been taken over by Kabu and people and vehicles going along or picking passengers, and they've made half of the road a park where they they're always loading passengers, picking and dropping passengers. And when you look up opposite the road, we have an approved park there for them to load their passengers.
Secretary of the FCT Command and Control Center, Dr. Peter Olumoji, underscored the impacts of the exercise beyond tackling one-chance incidents. Hence, the operation seeks to clear motor parks of illicit trucks, peddlers who exploit unpainted vehicles for criminal activities.
Number one is to clear the illegal parks of criminal elements that runs one-chance syndicates. And secondly, it also avails us the opportunity to clear the illegal parks of sales and trafficking of illicit drugs. Because where these illicit drugs thrive more is because of the illegal parks that are here that are not controlled.
The Directorate of Road Traffic Services emphasized that the impoundment is not only about motor parks, but also targets challenges of traffic congestion, among other criminal activities. Hawagimba, NTA News.
Talking health now, 9 states and FCT have launched the national guidelines on state-funded procurement of family planning commodities. The document emphasizes the need for the states to prioritize funding for family planning programs. Hakimat Aliu brings us details from the state-level dissemination of the guidelines in the Federal Capital Territory.
The FCT Primary Healthcare Board, under the Health Services and Environmental Secretariat, in collaboration with the United Nations Population Fund, brought together stakeholders in the reproductive health for the official dissemination of the national guidelines for the state-funded procurement of family planning commodities and other documents.
We use this opportunity to demonstrate state commitment to ensuring that there is adequate funding in the state, in FCT.
Family planning should have a stand-alone budget, funded and timely release.
Partners and stakeholders at the event commended FCT, describing it as a step in the right direction towards prioritizing investment in family planning. Recommendations on sustainable mechanism by the government to fund family planning programs were made.
We are trying to move away from a situation where only the federal government of Nigeria and partners are supporting the National Family Planning Program.
The government takes the lead and everybody follows. On their own, people might not know because people are not well educated as to some of these issues. The government has all that it takes to show the leadership.
The high point was the unveiling of the documents by the representative of the Secretary, Health Services and Environmental Secretariat.
On behalf of the Mandate Secretary of Health Services and Environment, Dr. Dulapo Fasawe, I hereby launch these family planning documents.
Family planning, experts say, has contributed to about 40% reduction in maternal mortality. This document launched focuses on adequate support for the implementation of family planning programs by all stakeholders, as well as ensuring availability of commodities and increased demands for family planning, with support of government at all levels. In Abuja, Hakimat Aliu, NTA News.
In the festive mood now, in a bid to ensure the less privileged and other vulnerable persons in the society have a fun-filled Christmas and New Year celebrations, a non-governmental organization, Helpline Foundation for the Needy Abuja, has donated foodstuffs, clothing, and other items to more than 300 widows, persons living with disabilities, and other vulnerable groups in Abuja. Onoze Yakubu tells us more.
This is the 20th edition of the Helpline Foundation's journey of providing succor to the vulnerable groups in the society through empowerment programs, as women groups empowered by the NGO showcase their different products. President, Helpline Foundation for the Needy Abuja, Dr. Jumai Amadou, says this year's edition was organized in collaboration with the Right Care Foundation and Ladies of Grace.
Development is what we encourage them to know, that women are just waiting to be given the enabling environment to express themselves. They are widows, like we know. They have lived above their situation and see that they can produce something to earn money, to see their children through school, and to also support other vulnerable widows in their midst.
The humanitarian gesture of the President Helpline Foundation for the Needy Abuja was commended, while the beneficiaries were full of appreciation.
Before we came, we are aware that there are over 15 to 18 clusters before we came. So I know that this she has done for us. You can also see that there are other clusters benefiting. We want to thank Dr. Juma Amadou for reaching out to women and their children.
I feel very happy because this is, I think, is the fourth time this great woman is inviting us for our program.
Beneficiaries were selected from 50 clusters of women groups from the FCT, Nasarawa, and Niger states. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Talking security now, the spirit of the season enveloped the entire space as officers and men of the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps FCT Command exchanged guns for the drums in the Thanksgiving service to mark the end of year security year and Yuletide security. Our correspondent Onotu Yakubu brings us the sights and sounds.
The command chapel paid host to some selected numbers. At this point, the rank padding on your shoulder matters not. So does no one care what color of uniform or national attire the men had on. For the security operatives, it was an opportunity to take stock of the success stories, give praise, and as well testify to the glory and grace of the Lord in their lives.
The utmost of all we are doing here is that we are doing a rehearsal on what we are going to do with our Father in heaven.
Commandant Olushola Odomosu saw the moment as a call for sober reflection and commitment to service and nationhood.
When you don't assist us, when you don't help us, when you don't give us timely and credible information, it's obvious that there might be gaps in our security operations.
With the book of Psalm, chapter 8, verse 28, the visiting clergy led the congregation to a candlelight procession in prayers.
I pray for everyone here. God of another way will make a way for you in the name of Jesus.
The Corps assured residents that in consonance and synergy with other security agencies, the season will be hitch-free, devoid of criminal activities. Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
The Nigerian police has reiterated its preparedness to combat crimes in the FCT this Yuletide season, saying the police is making adequate efforts to deploy men to strategic places. Assistant Commissioner of Police Operations, Modi Magawata, gave the assurance while responding to questions on Call the Police. Moses Kuye.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Mode Makawata noted that adequate resources have been marshaled by the command with strategic synergy with sister agencies to ensure a hitch-free Yuletide celebration.
Because of that, that was why the CP had to also involve, that is the K9. Okay. That is the dog sections. So the sniffer dogs are also going to augment the strength of the surveillance men and the SIB personnel. That's the force intelligence men, because their own is to, they are in plain clothes. All right. They are in plain clothes. They are also there to get information, so that if there is any suspected person, they will go along with him and they'll monitor him. So if they, at the end of
Modemagawata assures FCT residents of safety around black spots and recreational facilities across the FCT, warning that the use of knockout is prohibited as it has become a point of disguise for criminals who want to mastermind attacks.
The arrangement will follow it to make sure they will be taken to prison until after this Christmas and New Year. That is to ensure the residents celebrate their Christmas and New Year untouched, no fear. Because sometimes the sound of the knockout alone will look as if there is bomb somewhere. So we don't want a situation whereby people will start to be panicking, calling a bomb or bomb. No. So that was why the CP director, all the area commanders and these people to form a squad that are in charge
to take care of that.
However, the assistant commissioner highlighted the deployment of men of the police along the federal roads for those traveling in this Yuletide season and beyond.
To the strategic locations, so that in case if there's anything, they should always report to them. Say, see, there's one bag here, the suspect. They can easily go and check because they have because you see all this IED. That's the only way we can check the IED. That's by liaising with the EOD personnel.
In Abuja, Moses Kuye, Nta News.
You're still watching the 1 p.m. news on Nta Channel 5 Abuja. Still to come on the news. Friends organize Christmas carols as the Christmas day draws nearer. This and more in just a moment.
Good evening. Glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me.
And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program.
I will celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
On the news.
On the news at 7.
The latest station, Nta Channel 5, Abuja.
Would say have a lovely day.
Glad to have you back. The FCT Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, has employed residents of Abuja to take precautionary measures in this Harmattan period, characterized by dryness. Director, Forecasting, Response and Mitigation, Florence Wenegeme, stated this during the dry season flag of sensitization in Abuja. Abdullahi Ajia reports.
It is the dry season again. A period in the weather calendar that comes with its attendant features, ranging from the Harmattan haze to dry weather conditions. In this case, the FCT Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, in its usual advisory and precautionary guide, is urging the FCT residents to heed to this message.
We do early warning in September, and then 1st of October, we start Operation Eagle Eye. Operation Eagle Eye is what we do during the dry season. Immediately after the rains are over, we key into the dry season period and carry out early warnings for incident, fire, explosion. We have the Harmattans that come up within that period.
FEMA says this sensitization is necessary owing to a number of fire outbreaks recorded in the territory, with some avoidable.
FCT Emergency Management Agency is calling on the residents of FCT and pleading with them to make sure they switch off all electrical appliances. No bush burnings. Do not use expired gas cylinders. Make sure you have fire extinguishers in your houses, in plazas, in the market, and wherever you are. Have your fire alarm, fire extinguishers, fire blankets in your kitchens, in your homes, and wherever you have anything that has to do with fire.
While appealing for continued collaborations From all partners, the agency reiterates its commitment to reducing disaster risk for a happy FCT. In Abuja, Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
Moving on, Christmas is essentially a season of love and compassion for humanity, replicated good-spirited individual. The marvelous Christian Friends and interdenominational faith-based organization, in the spirit of the season, put together a Christmas carol for family, friends, and well-wishers. Mariam George Jutubo has the details.
It is the time of the year when people come together and raise their voices to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, the King of Kings and Savior of the world. The marvelous Christian Friends also joined other Nigerians to roll out drums in the spirit of the season. Different groups came out to serenade the audience with lovely renditions. Some dignitaries who graced the occasion agreed that no matter the situation, it is good to always thank God for life.
As we are celebrating the season, which is very soon the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, we have hope and faith that things will be better.
Christmas is a time to show love, to reach out to people, to put smiles on the faces of the downtrodden. Every creature on earth should know that as long as there is God, there is hope.
In the spirit of the season, I want to wish all of us Merry Christmas and of course a prosperous New Year.
The host, Dame Tumini Akogun, reaffirms that although the year 2023 has been a challenging one, God remained faithful, which informed this show of gratitude.
I share. You cannot keep anything, you can't take anything to heaven. If you die today, what you are accumulating, your enemy, you don't even know who will take it.
And with hearts filled with joy, the congregants wished each other Merry Christmas and the best of the month. Mariam George, Jitubo, NTA News.
And now to sports. In a bid to support grassroots football talents and build community peace and unity, the Kubwa Ward Councillorship Football Competition 2023 provided a platform where Kukwaba United were crowned champions of the tournament. Sports correspondent Francisca Bile reports that the football competition witnessed 32 matches of community friendship.
For over a month now, 18 teams who registered for the Kubwa Councillorship Football Competition 2023 have been actively competing for top honors. During the finals of the competition held in Kubwa 2 Primary School, Abuja, Maitama United locked horns with Kukwaba United.
However, due to the level of seriousness among the players, the first and second half ended goalless. The two teams then proceeded for the penalty shootout, in which Kukwaba United on blue jersey conceded 12 goals to 11 against Maitama United to emerge winners of the competition.
I'm very, very excited. I'm happy, very, very happy. Because for me to represent my team and the world like Kukwaba world, I'm very, very excited.
Meanwhile, football stakeholders say the essence of the competition is to prevent social vices among the youth, such as drug abuse and drug trafficking.
It was one of my campaign promises. I promised the youth that by the grace of God, if I win, I was going to organize a competition for the purpose of uniting the entire youth of Kubwa Ward.
The competition organized under the leadership of the Honorable Councillor representing us, the good people of Buhari Area Council in Kubwa Ward, as a unique development.
This is one part of it in order to bring all the youth within Kubwa Ward
to play a tournament where we are able to fix out the best talent. And in return, we promote them to other states where they play interstate competition.
The event climaxed to medals presentation in which the champions of the tournament, Kukwaba United, clinched the trophy with a cash prize of 100,000 naira. The second runners-up were given 50,000 naira, while the first runners-up were given 20,000 naira. In Abuja, Francis Kabile, NTA News.
And with that sports news, we conclude our news bulletin at 1. But before we go, a quick reminder of some of our top stories. We reported to you that 260 women from 6 area councils of the FCT on different programs of skills acquisition have been empowered by a member representing Amak Federal Constituency. And the joint task force team of the FCT on sanitation has impounded 19 vehicles operating illegal motor parks along Banex corridor. Many thanks for watching the news at 1. Do join us again by 7 p.m. for more news. Good afternoon.